Good day. I am back in St. Albert, Alberta, and today I'm walking a different part of the path than I did a month ago, I guess. I'm heading east from St. Albert Place. Oh, that wind is wicked. It's about minus 15. I'm sure there's a blustery wind chill. You can actually kayak on this river. It don't look like much right now, but it's frozen and all the weeds coming through it. But anyways, decided to do, I think they call it trail number 10. I don't know the name of it, but it takes me, could be 9 kilometers. We'll see if I have the gumption to do that. So let's get at it. Right away I had to put my hood up. And I'm glad I decided to wear my parka. I think it's supposed to get down to minus 30 again tonight. They put these walkways underneath the road. As you can see, the path is good and clear right now. All of the snow and ice pretty much evaporated on this part. They definitely maintained them. And then with the melting we had and all that, the paths are good and clear. And the walkway goes underneath St. Albert Trail here, which is nice. This is usually where we would kayak to before we turn around and go back to Big Lake or the dock that they have near Lions Park. It is snowing a little bit all of a sudden, but that was predicted. I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not, but it is falling. We'll see how long my gimbal lasts today. It is working fine, so it must have just been too cold for it the other day when I used it in minus 25. It feels like the wind is coming from the north or northwest, so it could be a very chilly walk back. It's about midday right now, so this is the highest the temperature is going to get for sure. Looks like some nice apartments with the river view. By the end of the summer, this river doesn't flow very much. I have always liked St. Albert, but back in the day, affordability seemed to be an issue. The taxes were always a lot higher, and housing prices were higher too. I don't think that's so much the case now. It might be equal to Edmonton. What do you think stripped that log like that? Looks like beaver activity, but I do not know. This wind though is miserable. I think I actually might be walking into it, so that'll be good for getting back. I think further down, once you get out of St. Albert, you can actually run your sleds or quads on the Sturgeon River. Well, people do. I guess whether they're allowed to or not is a different story. A few people out walking their dogs, but overall it's pretty quiet around here. In this type of weather anyways. Can't wait to see some of these places in the summer too, because they'll be quite picturesque. And the trees have leaves and everything. last 2 or 3 weeks though, winter has been unrelenting. We had that real warm period in January, but that is certainly in the rearview mirror now. We are firmly ensconced in winter. Haven't quite figured out if I'm on trail number 10, but worst case I'll just walk for a while and then come back. A nice treed part of the path. Is that just part of the bark of these types of trees? Or does something strip it off? Interesting. Got to a Y in the road here. Let's keep heading east or southeast, whatever this is. I did snap a picture of the map, but I don't feel like dicking around with my phone too much to try and find it. Oh, the old thighs and kneecaps are cold now. Already, I think I'm only 20 minutes in here. If I plan on doing the whole 8 kilometers, it's I got another hour and a half to go. We do manage the trail pretty good by sanding icy spots, which is good for me. Sometimes I get too focused on what's in my camera and not what's at my feet. Still lots of urban noise, but that's just the way it is in a city. Tranquility is not always an option. This is where I head off to the right. I'm just guessing at this point, but that's what I'm going to do. I don't believe I'm heading in the right direction, but some lady stopped for me to cross the road, so I had to oblige her and just keep going. Hitting the residential area here. Okay, I'm backtracking a bit because I shouldn't have gone right when I should have gone straight. So let's get back to it. I think the wind direction's changed like 2 or 3 times since I've been out. Feels like it's coming from the southeast now. Seemed to change direction as soon as the snow started. Might be too late in the season, but I should have invested in some wind pants instead of wearing my jeans all the time. But so far I haven't suffered too badly for that, but it would make it nicer to have warm legs. I tried having long johns on and those were almost too hot, having a pair of pants and long johns. I'm just about at 3 kilometers. A little over a third of the way done. I think it's already been 40 minutes. So my pace is okay. We'll see if I make it the full 8 or 9 kilometers. Nice baseball diamonds around here. Home of the Cardinals. I always found baseball boring to watch. Same as softball. To me, it's more of a participant sport than to sit and watch it. Good thing about a baseball game though is you can doze off for an hour and wake up and not have missed anything. Some sweet ass houses up there. Nice view of the river valley. At least they're not looking at refineries and pollution out their front window. Not like when I was at Rundle Park yesterday. Squirrel! That is as much as I see in wildlife usually on a walk. Plan turned to crap. They got construction going on here. But I think I would have carried on there a bit and then started heading south. So let's be flexible here. Let's head north across the river and follow the river back towards the car to the west. So if you're hoping that I would follow the whole number 10 trail, looks like plans were foiled. That's the Sturgeon River heading east. And Sturgeon River heading west. See if I can figure out my way back to head west on the trail here. There's a trail heading east there along the river. So somewhere along here, come on gimbal. My gimbal has gotten unhappy with me. It's moving very slowly. Okay, let's head west a bit in this residential and see if we can find the trails adjacent to the river. There's an apartment building that they're putting up adjacent to the river, so I hope I'm getting closer to a point where I can access a trail. Crap, I may have gone a block out of my way here to get to a dead end. Unless I can sneak through there. Maybe. Let's have a look. I don't know if I feel like scaling a fence. Okay, back the way we came. Well, this is one way to put in the miles, is get lost and turned around. We'll figure it out though. It's not like I have a map on me or anything. Okay, back to where we were after our little detour there. It's too bad they didn't have a little pedestrian exit out of that neighborhood. Would have been nice. I think that's the last that'll have the wind in my face. The wind, I swear, keeps changing directions, but walking up that hill it was coming from the northeast. So it must just be swirling around. I should have just doubled back, I guess, on the trail that I was following on the south side of the river. But this will get the steps in for sure. Coming up to Belrose Drive, and I'm going to turn left and head south. Maybe I'll pick up the river again. These kinds of turnarounds is going to be after kickoff for the Super Bowl today. I'm going to miss. Like I give two shits about that. I'm just a casual observer when it comes to sports. Big loop I had to make to get back to that building that's under construction that's near the river. Knowing where that was would have saved me, 3 or 4 blocks. Again, no access to a map, right? I was going to head that way to see if there's access to the river trails, but I think I'm going to follow a known good route. I'm at 5 kilometers already, so I've probably got a good 2 kilometers to get back to St. Albert Place. So that'll be a good day once I'm done. That's a pretty good Italian bakery there. I think they sell groceries as well. There it is, folks. World's largest badminton racket. I'm not sure that's documented though. There it is from the backside. During COVID, my wife and I went on a little road trip where we drove around trying to find the world's largest this, that, and the other. So we found the world's largest pierogi, the world's largest duck, I think, world's largest kubasa, that type of thing. And all these small towns that like to classify something as the world's largest. I see I'm coming up to the Sturgeon River again, which is good. I'll get back on track of my little walk here and head west on the north side of the river. This is one busy road though. Got a nice whiff of someone burning garbage somewhere or something. Or it also smelled like someone had a brake dragging. Tis gross. Now let's get back into some peace and quiet. Okay, I think we're back in sync again. Not that we were ever out of sync. It's just walking. See, my phone battery is getting a little low. Hopefully it makes it to the end of this trip. Oh, you forget how noisy traffic is until you get out in the silence here. Now my watch, when it's tracking my mileage, even though it seems to be inaccurate, it also counts my heartbeat. And at kilometer 6, it said 92 beats per minute. I don't know, is that good? Am I not putting out enough effort? My resting heart rate is usually between 55 and 60, so you know, I'm nearly 1.5 timesing my heart rate from resting. So I'm not sure if that's good or if I know walking isn't really an aerobic exercise, but I guess it's more steady, right? Your heartbeat's going to be at that rate for a steadier time. But I'm not sure if I'm shedding any more pounds or not. Again, I haven't really adjusted my eating habits. I have in a way. I mean, I don't eat as much garbage food, and you know, I'm not buying my lunch every day anymore. I'm taking leftovers, that type of thing. But I haven't really just made a conscious effort to cut out a lot of carbs and stuff. So, but really, it's been what, 4 months of walking? So we'll give it another couple months, see at the 6-month mark where I'm at. I haven't weighed myself, only because I'm too lazy to change the battery in our scale. And I think I don't want to know the actual outcome. You put out this much effort and expect greater weight loss. But overall, I guess my body is a little bit more agile and a little bit less stiff. So got to take those benefits over weight loss too. Oh, it is nice that the wind's at my back though, even though my bum was cold. Now, this pedestrian bridge crosses over to the trail I was on. I'm not sure where the other one goes. Let's get a little closer and find out. That part of the trail stays adjacent to the river, and this would go across the river to where I was. So let's stay over here for now. It does mention a bridge rehabilitation somewhere, but I know there's a pedestrian bridge right at St. Albert Place that will take me across the river again. I haven't quite gone underneath St. Albert Trail yet, but I'm getting there. This building really has a 70s chalet vibe, eh? I don't think it stood the test of time. I think it's kind of ugly. It is on a really nice property though. Lots of park light setting around it and the river there. It's a big complex. Place goes on forever. That's a lot of ugliness in one place. I did see a couple people skiing on the river, and this is a really shallow river, so I imagine it is frozen solid for the amount of coldness we've had the last couple weeks. Still makes me nervous to go on water out at I think it was Lac St. Anne. There was a crossing on my quad that I did on the lake a couple times, and always makes you think about where the soft spot might be. It's good to be cautious, and costs you a lot of money to get your quad fished out of a lake too. Plus the loss of the quad. I guess that's what insurance is for, but still, I'd hate to be trying to swim my way out of that in minus 20 weather when I was there. Look at the size of the motor on that thing. A 5.6 liter. That'd probably get you across the lake in a hurry. You really need that kind of motor? I guess if you're pulling skiers, maybe. Underneath St. Albert Trail right now. Look at this building. It looks old. I assume it's old, so I'm glad they preserved it. But yeah, it's kind of gives a bit of history to the place. Just about 4 o'clock already. I really got to get after these things earlier. It's all on me though. I mean, I was up at 7 this morning. I should have just got up, got ready, and left. That's St. Albert Place over there. And just beyond it is a pedestrian bridge that I'll need to cross. My car is parked over there. And that pedestrian bridge is further down than I thought. What are you gonna do? I think I've said this before, but I give St. Albert a lot of credit for having nice park areas along the river. I've been trying to achieve the Mundane Man effect today. Did I say that in Italian? The Mundane Man effect. But the sun is still too high, which is a good thing. Means days are longer and the sun's staying higher above the horizon. This walk might be a total failure when it comes to that. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Bam! Mundane Man effect. I knew we'd get there. That's even better. Here's a railway trestle I took a picture of the last time I was here. I like those old railway trestles. Something antique and historic about them. I did come through the path that way the last time I was here. Back in, I think it was January. This bridge is a little slippery. Okay, final verdict. The wind is coming from the northeast. Kind of see the drifting on the path behind me, sort of. It's not like the drifting I saw a week or two ago on that power line walk. But yeah, that wind for the last 2-3 weeks has been relentless. Or unrelentless. You know, it's been bad. Very bad. That bear is a nice carving. Pretty good. You could cut through Canada Place there when it's open. 4 o'clock, it might be closed now on a Sunday. It's open because the library's in there. There's bathrooms in there too you can use. But I'm just gonna stick to the outside and head back to my car in the parking lot over there. And I think my Nemo has had enough in this cold weather. It's starting to develop a mind of its own. St. Albert Place. And there's the parking lot. I hope it was free on a Sunday. One thing about my hood. Someone comes running up behind you, they're right on top of you before you know it. This lady was running to her car and I didn't hear her until she was just about at my shoulder. Just about jumped out of my shoes. Okay, we're back at the Jeep. Let's see how we did on this one. Okay, your runkeeper said 9.37 kilometers, almost identical to yesterday. It was a pretty good walk, not the path I intended to take, but it worked out anyways. Got to the same kind of mileage I was expecting if I'd followed that path number 10. If you look at the St. Albert Trail map, it has a name too, but I know it's number 10. So, until the next one.